Today's Finding Faith, I stopped by the Free Church of God in Indianapolis to check out the historic church and got a chance to talk with Bishop Richard Sanders, son of Moselle Sanders, about the church's 100th anniversary and the mission moving forward. I am thrilled to be with you here today. We're here talking about your church. You just had a big centennial celebration. Can you tell us about that?
Well, yes, this church, the Free Church of God, is 100 years old. This year, same year that my mom was born. I was born and raised in this church. I was ordained to preach in this church. My grandfather started it 100 years ago. My grandfather actually was an alcoholic. My grandfather would come in the house sometimes while they were having prayer meeting, and he would be drunk and stumble over the sisters as they would be down there praying. And my grandmother just kept praying for him. And the story is that when he got baptized, he never took another drink. And his testimony is when the Lord saved him, he would say, "I never took a drink of soda pop." Not even soda pop. And so he was called to preach, and when he was called to preach, he started the church and was in a tent, and then was on 12th Street. Wow. And then after a few years came to this location, and we've been here ever since. Of course, it's been remodeled a few times, but we've been right here on this corner, and that is significant. That we are still here on this corner. The strength of this church is the moral and spiritual compass that my grandfather, that he brought and that he taught and that he drilled into everybody. I think I know that that's the strength, that we understand, yes, we're human, we're fallible, but we strive to do the right thing. Yeah. Our mission statement is to touch the world, and as I said, keeping the main thing the main thing. That's our mission statement, to feed the mind, body, and the soul. Don't be so quick to throw away the past. You learn from the past, but you can't afford to live there. You know, you can lease from the past. Absolutely. But you don't live there. And move forward, learn those lessons, move forward. I want to tell all pastors, don't throw away the past. Those who laid that foundation, don't try to forget them. You don't have to kill somebody who's already dead.
So it's 100 years. You told me before, it's not just looking back at the previous 100 years, but you want to launch into the next 100 years.
That's right. I believe that's why God sent me here, sent me back. I will be coming back, not to live or stay full time, but I will be coming back to help in the restoration, the reviving and the regeneration of my grandfather's ministry and his vision.
What's the vision that you have for the church in the next 100 years?
The vision I have is that we keep the main thing the main thing. And when Jesus was here, his main focus was delivering people. Blinded eyes were open, and that the lame could walk. And then at the end of the day, they met Jesus and met God in Jesus, and they became believers.
And I think it was what the Apostle Paul that says, one thing I do, and that is I forget really about the past and I look forward to the future.
Yeah.
If Paul lived his life like that, I think you and I should live our life like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Bishop Sanders, thank you. May the Lord continue to bless you and your ministry here. So thank you.